Good morning. Time for another episode on what's going on in my life. So, I was talking with a friend on the phone, and I was kind of telling him about the weather and stuff, and he's always interested in the van life. And he's like, "Man, you should tell that on YouTube. It's crazy." And so I was like, "Oh yeah, that is kind of cool." So I thought I would share about what it's like to live up here in the Rocky Mountains at 9,000 feet in a van and not sleep in a house. And so I have access, if I wanted to for a bedroom in the house and everything, and heated everything and electricity and just the normal living in a house. But I just don't like. I mean, I love the way I live now. It's not something now that I have the choice, it's not something that I would change or take away, because I love my home and I love the simplicity of it. But even when it's up in the 50s here, like this, it's just getting into the 60s now here in May. It's what, May 9th or 10th, and it's just getting into the 60s during the day when the sun's out full blast. So I've been here for an entire month now on the ranch, working at this at the stables, and all through April, the average temperature overnight was 18 to 22 degrees, and sometimes it got up to 24 25 degrees. This morning it was a balmy 26 or 27 degrees when I got up, which is actually warm. 27 degrees feels great compared to 18 or 19 or 20 degrees. But I just made that commitment, that decision. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stick it out, and it's not that bad. I have a big heavy down sleeping bag, and when it's nice and sunny outside, it can be in the high 50s or low 60s and just feel amazing, because we're so much higher to the sun, so much closer to the sun. There's less atmosphere in the way, and so the heat is 60 degrees up here feels hot. I mean, it's very hot up here at 62 degrees, which sounds strange, but you feel it, especially when you're working and out, shoveling muck or out on a ride. You feel the heat. But once that sun starts to go down, it will go from 62 and sunny to 40 and it's cold, and it's a dry cold, but cold. And so I don't use the heat very much. I think I use the heat about 10 times. This morning was one time because I'm off and it was chilly, and I was working on commenting to some of your comments on YouTube. So I turned the heat on for an hour this morning, but it's going to get up to almost 65 today, and it's going to be amazing. But right now it's like 32 degrees, and you can see what it looks like out there. It looks nice and sunny, and it feels nice on your skin, but in the shade here it's actually a little chilly because there's no sun warming me up. So I've been doing the nights all night out there, and the coldest night I got was about a week and a half ago. It got down to 9 degrees Fahrenheit, and holy guacamole, was that cold. But again, I knew it was going to be that cold, and so I put on this, my sweatshirt, and put my hood up, and long johns, and 2 pair of socks, and I was perfectly fine except for my hips. When I roll over, my hips would get cold. So next time, if it got cold again, I could wear 2 pair of long johns, and that would be just fine. But I got straight up out of bed, put my clothes on, and went straight in the bunkhouse to head off to work, because it was just cold. 9 degrees is cold. And at that point, and several times in the month of April, things froze. Like when I would make my breakfast, like I use olive oil, and olive oil's frozen solid. All my water jugs are frozen because I just have little bottles of them. So it's fresher than using the big huge 6-gallon, since I can just walk in the bunkhouse. And so like everything would be frozen in the morning, but then of course it thawed out. But now again, 27 degrees, that's actually not bad at all. It was really nice. And the days are so sunny, and it's just gorgeous. I'm loving this nicer weather. So yes, I'm still living in the van, and I'm loving the van life, and I've been offered my own room if I wanted it, and I choose to have, instead of my own room, I have my own home. And I love my home. I have to keep switching my hands a lot because yesterday we have goats and sheep, and we had to clean out the goat and sheep area, and it's kind of a tight area, unlike where the horses are. The goats and sheep don't need as much room, and so I spent over an hour with a shovel and a big heavy rake, like a heavy tonged rake that you can pull heavy stuff with, not like a rake you do your leaves with. But anyway, I was shoveling and raking heavy muck for over an hour, and my arms, oh my gosh, they were burning. And my boss, since he was there, he was driving the skid steer, and I was doing the work, and he's like, pretty soon we can switch, and you can give your body a break. And I'm like, oh no, this is good. This keeps me young. And he kind of looked funny, and it's true though. I feel like having a hard day's work, and like getting your arms and you're really getting out there and shoveling for a long time. When you're 46 years old, it just shows you I can still do all this. I'm working with people, literally most people are half my age or less than half my, or more. I'm working with people 20 to 23, 24, 25, so half my age or more, and I'm out there and I can keep up with them, and it makes me feel young. It's like, it just shows me 40, 45, 46, that's nothing. It's like, it's not a midlife crisis, it's a midlife adventure. Like, I get to go out and be young again and work with all these young people with all their fun, young energy. And they have all this energy, and you can see the life in them. They haven't been, jaded by life or by mortgages or car payments, and they haven't been, jaded by marriage and like dealing with hard things in life as much. And so they're just more fun to be around, and life has more opportunity, and I love that, because life does have more opportunity, and we don't have to get jaded. And so I encourage you not to get, I lived the life. I had a timeshare, a new car, a big house, and all this stuff, and yeah, I was like, life sucks, and I'm gonna play video games and drink, because what else do I got to do? And it's just not true. Like, life is such an adventure if you let it. So I know I harp on everyone about this, but it's not really harping on it. I say it because, man, if I even get 1%, or I get you to move towards, what can I do? Like, gosh, do I need that timeshare? How much better would I feel without having to pay that monthly fee? Or do I need that new car or that new iPhone? And if I don't get the iPhone, then I could go on a vacation with my family, or go on a vacation, or and go see something instead, as opposed to having this new phone that does maybe 3% more than the other phone did. And so, like, you could make your life immensely better to go on this vacation or this trip, as opposed to buying that new iPhone or that new car when your old car is working fine, that sort of stuff. And focus on instead of the materialism of this society, focus on the amazing stuff we can do in this country. We are the most fortunate people on the planet to be living in America, and we can do so much. We can drive for days and see this country and go to this is the best place on earth. And who cares what politics are or what any of that other stuff's going on? It doesn't change that we live on the best place on the planet, and go and enjoy it. My gosh, if you haven't seen the country yet, go see it, because it's amazing out there. And anyway, I hope you all have a great time. And here's a picture of me on the ranch, and I'll just leave you with this picture because I miss my horses today and spending time with them, and I've become a bona fide crazy horse guy who just loves being at work and loves taking care of horses and everything. And so here's a picture, and maybe a couple pictures. I can't help it. I take a lot of pictures of my best horses at work. All right, bye everybody. Go enjoy yourself, and thanks for watching. And I'm over 5,000 subscribers. Woohoo! Holy crap, that's so awesome. That's exciting. If you guys like what I'm doing, share it with other people so they can see how awesome I am. All right, bye.